What's going on, guys? Robbie here, and today I am very excited to be bringing you a review of some Beasts of the Mesozoic figure line. Now, for those of you unaware, Beasts of the Mesozoic is a Kickstarter that was actually put forth by a guy named David Silva, and he was a designer for, I think, multiple companies. I think most recently NECA, but I could be a little bit off in those facts anyway. But he held a Kickstarter a while back about 1/6 scale velociraptors, or other just raptors, action figures, like really highly detailed, scientifically accurate, at least currently scientifically accurate, dinosaur action figures, superposable, really, really nicely detailed, and beautifully painted, all this other stuff. And the Kickstarter was a huge success. And finally, these figures are starting to roll out. Now, the actual Raptors are not quite finished yet, not ready to ship as of yet. They'll probably ship out in the next month or two. But in the meantime, we have gotten some of the other things. And I ordered some Nestlings and an accessory pack. And I was only able to afford one of each of these. They have multiple different kinds. So I ended up going with the Forest accessory pack and the Amber Nestlings, and you can see right here, very, very nice. They're actually a lot bigger in person than I was expecting. I was expecting them to be like this tall, but they're actually they're quite good sized. So that's really, really cool. You can see they come with little bases for each of them with a little peg that they can stand on, and we'll get into all of that shortly. And you can see on the back here some very, very nice artwork by Sarah Richard. And you can see all the credits here are on the back. Design and sculpt, David Silva. Package art, Sarah Richard. Prototypes, Jeremy Mons. So, very, very cool. And, of course, CreativeBeast.com is where you can order these guys. And I'll have a link for that in the description and all that good stuff. So, just checking out the packaging here. I just opened these up like literally moments ago and just was really excited to get on it. So I haven't really checked these out too much myself. But you can see just the absolutely gorgeous artwork here. I don't know if this is Sarah Richard or if it's different. Oh yeah, so this is Jonathan Kuo. I think I'm saying that right, and I apologize if I'm not. So that's who did the package art for this. So he's gotten a bunch of different designers and artists to actually design the packaging. So really, really nice job, and the packaging is super, super nice. So very, very cool. I'm really excited about this. So this is Accessory Pack 3, Forest Environment. We've got diorama accessories, a basic raptor figure, a large display base, a jumping rod, and small posing rod that you can use with your other raptor figures. So very, very nice. And I believe this one can actually open up. I think it's like a slide out box. There we go. So it's got the inside package with instructions on how to put this whole thing together, and then inside it's got that fresh toy smell, first of all, which is really nice, and just some really, really nice looking figures inside. We got the Microraptor chilling out up top here. You can see that guy, and we'll take a closer look at him obviously very shortly. We got some logs and some trees and stuff like that. So really, really exciting stuff. I'm very much looking forward to actually having this stuff out and on display. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here. I'm going to get this stuff all out of the packaging and put it all together and see how it all works, how it all feels. And I'll be right back with you guys. Alright guys, so there is a lot of stuff here. So I'm just going to try and take this kind of one set at a time. So let's go ahead and start with the Forest pack here. So these are the 3 Nestlings, and we're just going to move these guys off to the side for just a moment. And we're going to check out the Forest pack. And as you can see, it's quite large, and it's hard to actually get it all inside the camera viewfinder here. So do bear with me there. So we get a bunch of accessories with this pack that I'll show off because they're not really going to be useful for the review, so I'll just kind of go through them really quickly. You get a bunch of different jumping stands and things like this. So You can see it's kind of similar in a way to like a Figma stand, where it's got a connector on this end and a ball joint on this end, which is certainly different. But that allows you to actually install. So we've got this smaller jumping stand here. We've got this kind of clip here, which is meant to go on the larger raptor figures. You get a couple of these little ball joint bits, and basically this is just a ball joint with a peg on it, and it can go into this base. There are various holes throughout the base, including here on this end with this clear peg in here, which I added myself. You get one of these clear pegs, which is meant to attach this tree. So as you can see, you do get this nice tree here. You just assemble it, and it looks really cool. You can see all the nice detailing here. Really nice sculpt work, really nice paint work. And, you know, because this is a Kickstarter, I've been following the progress of this project, and you get to see just how meticulous and just how, you know, absolute that Mr. Silva was about getting everything just right. The paint had to be just right. It couldn't, you know, he would not settle for like sloppy paint work, and it really, really shows in the final project. As you can see, this is the forest floor here. We've got some nice leaves scattered around. We've got some pine cones and various seeds and roots and things like that. So very, very nicely done. This peg will come out eventually. There we go. So it is just a regular like clear kind of peg, and you can just stick it here or wherever you want to, and then you can plug the tree in pretty much anywhere on the stand that you want. But it really does kind of fit in this little corner best, in my opinion, because it's kind of, no matter which way you turn it, the tree does sort of naturally just fit there, and it's got some nice moss growing on the side. So that's really, really cool. So you got that option, and then of course you can attach the jumping stands into this little ball joint area as well. So we got that, and you just plug that right in, and then you can attach your raptor to the top of that. And I don't, let's see, let's check it out. I've got this little piece here, this little clear bit, and I'm not sure if this is meant to attach to this or not. So let's see. I can add it here, and obviously that works. And then if I can take the Microraptor, let's see here. It kind of works, and I could very well be doing this wrong. It might be meant to go behind the tail or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, so I do apologize. Or this may be just a like support piece as well. Let's see if I can finagle this. But you get a bunch of these different pieces, including a shorter jumping stand, which is pretty great as well. And then you can you know, attach your different connectors and clips to that. Oops, I should probably like get some of this in the camera. Derp. So there. There we go, and then you can just kind of, well, like I said, this one's made for the larger raptor figures, so it may not actually fit too well on this guy. We'll see if we can actually jam it on there. And I don't want to break it because it is clear plastic, so we're not going to mess with that, but we might be able to actually get it on the tail. Can we get it on the tail? Yeah, we're just going to stuff it on the tail there. And like, at least you guys can get the idea that on the larger raptors it should clip right around their like their pelvis, I think. and then you could just attach them to the base at any point and have them jumping or whatever you want to do. So you just get those clear pieces, and I do apologize, it's a little hard to show off because I don't have the full-size Raptors yet, but I just wanted to give you guys kind of the idea. So you get those bits. You do get a separate stand for the Microraptor, which I have attached, or it came attached with this single pin thing here. And that can fit in the Microraptor's foot. He does have a very small pinhole in the foot, and it can just slide right onto that. And then you can pose your Microraptor in all kinds of crazy ways, just like that. And I'll show him off in just a moment, but again, I wanted to just show off the rest of these accessories. So you also get this really nice fallen tree, again with another little pin peg in it as well. So that's cool. You can have your guy stand on that. The only problem I have with this one is I've tried posing the Microraptor on this particular piece, and because it doesn't really lock down anywhere on the forest base, or really here, you can see how it's kind of twisting and turning. It has a tendency to just roll with the weight of the figure. So you might want to find some way to kind of anchor this down before you put anything on it, or it'll just kind of topple over. But that's not really a big deal, to be honest. But you can see it's a really, really nicely sculpted piece. It's got wood chunks kind of coming out of it. It looks like it was just pushed over by a larger dinosaur or something. And also, you got some really nice scratch marks here where maybe some of these raptors were sharpening their claws on this tree. So very, very cool. You also get a little nest of eggs, and I'm not entirely sure if this is meant to be a nest of raptor eggs or if this is meant to be a nest of Microraptor eggs, but I assume it can be pretty much whatever you want. The eggs are slightly tinted green to match the surroundings, to camouflage them amongst the trees, and you even get a little hole in the center here with this little hatched egg with a baby, what looks like a baby Microraptor, which is kind of leading me to believe it's a Microraptor nest, but super cute. Little baby popping out. You can turn him in the egg if you want. So you can have your have your 1/6 scale figures hold the egg in their hand and say, "You bred raptors." So very very cool. Very nice. So that is the forest accessory pack. And like I said, there are many other accessory packs as well. There is a desert, a wetlands, and what else am I thinking of? Is it a mountains, I believe, is the other one that I'm thinking of. And I liked all of them, but I could only afford one, so basically I put it up to my wife for a vote, and she went with forest. So I got the forest, and I'm very happy with it. It's very, very cool. Also, one thing I should note is this stand here, the base plate, is shaped in such a way that the figure stands that come with the deluxe size Raptors will fit right along inside these grooves, so you can expand this base out with the other Raptor figure sets. So that's another really, really cool addition to that. So I'm just trying to find a way that this tree looks a little natural there. I'm gonna get this guy kind of out of the way. Oh, and we'll show off the Microraptor. So yeah, here is the Microraptor figure. Really, really nicely done. Let's take him off the stand for just a second and show him off a little bit. So as you can see, really nice paintwork on here. He's got this kind of iridescent blue over black, and it really stands out and really makes the feathers like shine really nicely on this guy. He's got some nice articulation. You can see the paintwork on his head here and in his mouth. There you go. Mouth can open and close. The head is on a ball joint at the neck, so you can rotate it around like this, side to side. He does not have any midsection articulation. He does have tail articulation. The tail's on a ball joint and is a bendy, metal wire bendy tail. So very nice there. Got some nice feather work as well. Legs are ball jointed. They are just one pose here. And you can just slide those back and forth. And you can spread them out a little bit, but not too much, or they'll pop right off that ball joint. And then the wings, of course, are also posable. They can twist around and out to the side and in and out like that on a universal hinge. So very, very nice. Alright guys, so next up we have the Nestlings, and these are a pack of 3 baby raptors that you can purchase. They have a few different colors. I think they have like gray, black, and then these amber colored nestlings, which I went with just because they're a little more, I don't know, fun looking. They got the cool stripes and stuff like that, and they matched fairly well with the Velociraptor that I picked up. So I figured I would go with these guys. So you get 3 different designs for the nestling pack. You get like this one standing kind of nestling here. You get this sitting little guy, adorable, and this one runner as well. And they are posable, so I'll show that off really quickly. Let's take a look at the squatting nestling here. They're all sculpted differently, which is really awesome. This one's got a curved neck here, so he's always looking off to the side. But of course, if you were to, purchase multiple versions of this figure, or even, if you just wanted to mix and match with the ones that you have, you could probably pop this ball joint off here and switch it out with one of these other nestling heads, so you can get multiple different combinations of these guys. And again, they also have the little peg hole on their feet, and of course they are posable as well. And I'll show the posability off with one that's not quite stuck in this position here. So we'll just pop him back on his little peg and let him squat on his rock. He looks like he's going, hey, back off. So let's take a look at the running nestling here. So posability is pretty nice for a figure of this size. You've got an opening and closing jaw here, just like that. You've got, of course, the neck is on a ball joint, very much like the Microraptor, but it looks like to be a dual ball joint. So you get a lot of nice range of motion, even though it is at a smaller scale. And these are not at all indicative of the posability on the deluxe size raptors, the adult raptors. They're also going to have way more points of articulation and be a lot more posable. But the nestlings were actually just kind of like a stretch goal, and were really more of an add-on than anything else, kind of a bonus. So it is really, really nice to see these. So yeah, you got that posability with the ball jointed neck. You've got the pinned universal swivel shoulders with these little winglets here, so you can get some nice poses out of that. You can grab and grab and chomp with that. You do get a mid-torso ball joint here as well, so you can get some nice jumping poses out of this, some swinging off to the side poses, things like that. Very, very nice. Again, he's pegged on there. The legs are on ball joints, so you can get some nice range of motion out of those as well. Get some really nice running poses. And the tail is, yes, on a ball joint, and is, yes, a bendy metal tail, or a wire tail, I should say. So you can have it, up when he's running, or straight out for running, hunting, jumping, what have you. And you get that on all 3 of those raptors, and you do get 3 of these little base plates, which is really, really cool as well. I'm just going to pop that right on there. And so you can kind of see, you get some really nice posability out of that. And then the last one here is he's just kind of standing. He's hanging out. You could do a running pose with him as well. The head doesn't quite work super well for that, but you get the idea. He's more built for just like hanging around, standing, whatever. But you can get some really nice poses out of him too. He's got like a more of a jumping and attacking kind of way about him. I like his big. It looks like he's got big fuzzy paws. It's adorable. Yeah, but these nestlings are really a nice little add-on, and are definitely going to fill out the display of the raptors once they do show up. I have 5 raptors coming in total, I believe. I can't quite remember. It was like so long ago that, you know, all the production and everything. But I believe I do have 5 raptors coming, and I'm really excited for them. These are absolutely fantastic figures. You can just, you know, when you're handling them, you can feel the love and care and attention to detail that went into making all of these. So my sincere thanks to David Silva and all of the Kickstarter backers for actually making this a reality. I'm super excited for the line, and he's got another Kickstarter that's going to be coming up in the nearish future, which is going to be the sequel to these, or the next wave of the Beasts of the Mesozoic figures, which are going to be ceratopsians, so your Triceratops, Styracosaurus, all that cool stuff like that. So definitely keep a lookout on his Kickstarter page. I'll try and put a link in the description if I remember all of those things. But I'll definitely put one to creativebeast.com. That should definitely have a link to all of those different things. So yeah, really looking forward to that Kickstarter. Dreading saving up the money for that. So if you guys want to support me on Patreon, now's a good time to do it. But in the meantime, my sincere thanks to David Silva and all the Kickstarter guys and gals. Thank you for making this actually happen, because I love me some dinosaurs, and these are absolutely fantastic. So that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.